Greetings, it's Iain from RTO here. Welcome to Marathon Wednesday, the day we take on the big catalogues. And today this is a viewer's request, and for once it's a band from the Prog that I'd never really heard of, and they are Kayak, formed in 1972 in Hilversum by Ton Scherpenzeel and Pim Koopman. They have made 19 albums, believe it or not. They from 1973 to 1982, then they disbanded. But back in 1999, the band were asked to perform on a TV show called the Vereniging van Amstel Live, and after that performance, Ton decided to put the band back together. But he is the only member that's played on all 19 albums. So as I said, we've got 19 today. So coming in at number 19 is an album that was originally released in 1981. It's called Eyewitness. The album was recorded live in a studio without an audience. And then they decided some time after to add overdubs to create a live atmosphere. Kayak fans were invited to cheer and clap on already recorded songs. How weird's that? So we've got Edward Riekers on lead vocals, a set 2 tracks, Johan Slager on guitars, Ton Scherpenzeel on keyboards, Peter Scherpenzeel on bass, Max Werner on drums and vocals as well. So the first track is called Eyewitness. Quite like this one. It's got a nice bass line from Peter. It's got some lovely keyboard bits from Ton. Excellent track. Periscope Life. Great guitar riffs from Johan. I don't mind that one. Ruthless Queen. It's a slowy sort of prog ballad. It's more mainstream ballad than prog. What You Want to Be Mine, a very funky trap, a little bit different for a prog band. Lyrics, nice song. It's very short, some lovely piano playing from Ton on that. Chance of a Lifetime. It's very 80s, of course, that 80s keyboard sound, but it's still quite proggy. Who's Fooling Who? Solid enough track. Irene reminds me a lot of the Focus sound, some of that keyboard work and guitar. You and I, Only You and I Know. It's not too bad. It's got a nice flow to it. Winning Ways. It's one of the better tracks on here. Starlight Dancer. Yeah, this is a track that they've done before. No Man's Land. Very strange album. You know, adding crowd on it. Yeah, it was a bit thing. You know, re-recording of some of the tracks as well. You know, a bit of a mishmash. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 4 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 18, we have the 12th album released in 2005. It's a double album and it's called Nostradamus, The Fate of Man. So you've got Ton Scherpenzeel on keyboards, Pim Koopman on drums, Bert Heering on lead and backing vocals on one track, Cindy Udershorn lead vocals, Joost Van Goosen on guitars, Rob Vanderink on guitars, Edward Riekers backing vocals on some of the tracks, Monique Van Steur does some singing, and Sib Van Pleeg does as well. So the first track is called The Secret Study. It's a little opening churchy keyboard thing, it's okay. Then we get the overture, a strange and cryptic tale. Nice guitar solo on that, I don't mind that one. Friends of the Stars 1, a little bit more uplifting, excellent vocal. Celestial Science, it's looked more like a medieval folk song than anything. It's quite good. Then we get The Student, which is a short little quirky track. Dance of Death 1, quite moving, and it's got some nice keyboard bits on it. My favourite track on here is a thing called Fresh Air Running Water. It's very medieval rock, and I quite like that. The Monk's Comment, a little bit of strip speech, and then it goes Seekers of the Truth 1. Bit wishy-washy, not a fan of that one. Dance of Death 2, very dramatic, some choral vocals in that. Save My Voice, it's okay, not too bad. The Monk's Comment 2, it continues the story with a little bit of a speech. Pagan's Paradise Gate, great vocals on this. It's one of the better tracks on the album. The Inquisition, nice guitar riffs, I don't mind that one. The Wandering Years, pleasant enough, it's got a nice feel to it. More speech, The Monk's Comment. If History Was Mine Alone, not too bad. Friends of the Stars, it's only 30 seconds. Why would we do that? The story behind Nostradamus, it's a nice story, but I don't want a history lesson on the end of my album. One of the then on CD 2 we got A Remarkable Man with Talents, very poppy. It's got some more poppy than Prog. Settle Down, pleasant song, but by the time I was starting to get bored of this album by now. The Monk's Comment, more speeches. The Flying Squadron, it's okay. Dance of the Mirrors, it's quite regal, this is. I love the keyboards on that. A Royal Invitation, a very medieval piece of struts. A Cruel Death and the Monk's Comment 5, so you've got a little bit of music, medieval court sort of thing, then you get a speech. Tell Me All, it's another, we've gone from medieval to pop. It doesn't have got much continuity. The Tournament, it goes back to the grandeur of a medieval court in Europe. The Trumpet. The Golden Cage, I love this. It's got a great guitar solo on. It's only 2 minutes, but it's good. Secrets of Truth, some acoustic guitar on this is pretty decent. Living in Two Realities, not too bad. Act of Despair, great track, a great vocal. The Secret Study, it's a bit spacey and it doesn't really go with the story. Centuries, another grandeur track with some nice guitar work. You Won't Find Me Alive at Sunrise, but it's okay. Friends of the Stars, could have been ended on the end of the previous track. Epilogue, lovely vocal on here, some nice keyboards again. Oh boy, is this long. It doesn't flow very well. It's got some highlights, but it's very confusing towards the end. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 5 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 17, we have got the 14th album from 2009, Letters from Utopia. So we got backing vocals and lead vocals are done by Cindy Udershawn and Edward Reekers. Guitars, Rob Van Rink. Guitars as well, Joost van Goosen, Ton Sherpa, the Sherpa Zeal on keyboards, Jan van Alflen on bass, Pim Koopman on drums. So the first track is called Ria, quirky little track. This song though reminds me of Asia when John Payne was in Asia. It's got that feel to it. It's not too bad. Because I is the next track. It's a bit poppy. Some nice keyboards though from Ton. I don't mind that one. Very Wick Wakeman. Turbulence, quirky. The singing's good on it. It's not too bad. Before the Angels Fall, it's got a good guitar solo, and that's about it. It's a bit long, bit disjointed. Breaking the News. Some nice guitar on this. The vocal on this is super. It's a really good track. For all the wrong reasons. Great vocal from Cindy on here. Lovely vocals on that. I do like that track. Under the Radar. Very poppy. More bit wishy-washy. Not for me. Hard Work. Great vocal from Cindy, and you've got Edward on it as well. Excellent. Nobody Wins. Not a big fan of this one. Just lacks something in places. CD2, Circles in the Sand, a nice ballad. Great vocal from Edward, I like that. Never Was, my second favourite track. I like the moody piano at the beginning from Ton. Glass Bottom Boat, moody, some nice guitar and keyboards on it. Horror in Action, keyboard swirls on this are fantastic, I don't mind that. A Whisper, getting a little bit repetitive now. Parallel Universe, a great vocal from Cindy, quite emotional as well. Let the Record Show, I love the guitar work on this at the beginning. You got a little bit of clapping going on. Brothers in Rhyme, great vocal from Edward, and I love Ton's piano work on that as well. When the Love Has Gone, it's okay. That's just from Utopia, a nice track to the end. End the album, some nice simple guitar on this. It's an enjoyable album, but there are far too many tracks, and I think this would have probably made a better single album in my books. So I'm going to give that one an RTO ranking of 5.3. Okay, coming in at number 16, the 13th album from 2008. It's called Coming Up for Air. Ton Sherpa's Zeal on keyboards and vocals, Pim Koopman on drums, Edward Riekers on vocals, Cindy Udershawn on vocals, Jan van Alphen on the bass, Rob Wunderink on guitars, Hughes Van Goos on guitars, guest musician Judith Groen on cello on Freezing. Alien Nation opens up this one. Love this. Great vocals. I just love the sound on that. Man in the Cocoon, another good vocal from Cindy. One of my favourite tracks on the album. Time Stand Till. Well, it's not too bad. It's got some nice little keyboard bits on as usual. Freezing. I love this. This is quite a more of a power ballad, but it's got the cello, which really does add to it. They've got Mida, very Rick Wakeman, but it's excellent. Daughter of the Moon. Some nice piano in here from Ton. I like that one. Undecided, another excellent vocal from Cindy. Sad State of Affairs. It's a little bit of a European pop track, but then again they are from Holland. About You Without You, reasonable track. The Mask and the Mirror, some lovely singing on this. The harmony singing on here. Come Edward and Cindy sing on this, and then you got a little bit of Ton as well. It really works well. Very, very good track. Then we get some cheesy keyboards on Self-Made Castle. Apart from that, it'd be an excellent track, but my favourite track on here is, I think, What I'm About to Say. It's the best vocal from Cindy on the album. It's a strong vocal, it's a great guitar work. Wonderful Day, probably the weakest track on here. It's a little bit of a filler, that track. Broken White, mediocre again, a little bit of a filler. And Coming Up for Air, this is nice. You've got some great vocals from Edward. It's got a great guitar solo on it. Middle of a road album this is, although it has got some nice tracks, has some little that are a bit. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 5.5. Okay, coming in at number 15 from 2021, Out of This World. So it's Ton Sherpa on keyboards, Bart Schwerman on guitars, Marcel Singor on guitar, Christopher Glindlow on bass, and Hans Ekenar on drums, with on violin Maria Paula Major and Danu Menchanto, Francesca Vulcano, all on violin. So the first track is Out of This World. I love the start of this. The wonderful piano on here from Ton is great. The drums are pretty good. Good opening track. Waiting's the next track. So you got a nice guitar piece on this. Really good. Under a Scar. Very well put together track. very proggy with some nice keyboard and guitars. Again, we've got Kayak, nice guitar work again. One of my favourite tracks on the album. Mystery, solid track. But my favourite track on here is called Critical Mass. Brilliant guitar solo on this. It's good, proper, modern, progressive rock. Excellent. As the Crow Flies, pleasant enough, nothing this one. Nice, quirky little tune. The Way She Said Goodbye. It's a bit of a ballad. It's got a nice guitar piece on it as well. Traitor's Gate. It's alright. The keyboards are a little bit strange on this one. Distance to Your Heart. Very AOR. Yacht rock, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really fit on the album. Red Rag to a Bull. Pleasant enough track. Some nice drumming and keyboards on that. One by One. Not a big fan of this. It just seems a little bit repetitive. A Winter's Tale, second favourite track on here. Love the bass line, terrific track. Carey, a folky track with a bit of accordion on it, and I don't mind that one either. Then we have a real good track to end the album. It's called Ship of Theseus. It's got a brilliant, stunning guitar solo on it. It's pleasant enough album, you know, for the modern stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 5.6. Coming in at number 14 from 2018, we have 17. Got Ton on it as usual. Bart, Schwerzerman, Marcel Singor on guitar, Lean Robinmont on drums. We've got Andy Latimer, the Andy Lamenter, plays on track 6 with his guitars. Isaac Boom on banjo and ukulele on track 9. Rens van der Salem fiddle on 10. Christoph Giddendale bass on number 11. Percussion is Nico Utherjus. That's how you pronounce it. So the first track is Someday. I love the twin guitar sound on this. That's pretty good. La Peregrina. I like the middle bit. It's got a guitar. There's a lovely guitar and piano piece on that. Works very well. Falling. Very nice vocal. Pretty solid track that is. Feathers and Tar. You got this lovely combination of the guitars and keyboards that work through that one really well. My favourite track on here is a thing called Walk Through Fire. A little bit of an epic. It goes in different stages. It starts very gentle, goes into some heavy stuff, really flows well. Excellent track. Ripples on the Water. It's a gentle track. It's got some glockenspiel, some guitar, a little bit of xylophone as well. Really, after the intensity of Walk Through Fire, this is a lovely complement for the next track. All That I Just Want, it's got a nice guitar solo on it as well. X Marks the Spot. Short little track. Lovely acoustic guitar with the keyboards on that one. God on Our Side. Brilliant bass line. And then you get that bit of ukulele which really adds to it. Nice little track. Love Sail Away. The violin does really add to that. It gives it that little bit of depth. It becomes more folky. Cracks. Some nice guitar on that one as well. And the last track, To an End. Love the violin on this. Again, it gives it that extra depth. I think this is a pretty solid album from top to bottom. I've got no problems with this one, and I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 6 out of 10. Need to have a drink. Okay, coming in at number 13 from 2001, we have Night Vision. Bert Heerink on lead vocals and percussion, Rob van der Rink on guitars, Rob Winter is on electric and acoustic guitars and mandolin, Ton is on the keyboards, Bert Veldkamp on bass, and Pim Koenen on the drums again. First track is Icarus, great opening track, very moody, a great vocal here from Bert, some good guitar on this. I really like this track. Miracle Man, interesting track. The little bit in the middle, and it's got these power vocals that really all of a sudden go, oh, what's going on here? It's really clever how they do that. It's an excellent track. Then we get Cassandra. Not a big fan of this. Again, it's more soft rock than prog. It really is not the best track. A Million Years. It's a simple track. It's okay. Bit of a filler for me. Water for Guns. The drumming on this is really good. It's got some great riffs in it. Solid track. The Way of the World. It's a bluesy, jazzy thing, which is different. It's got a little bit of horns on it. My second favourite track on the album. Hold Me Forever. The violins give it that extra depth again. You know, they add when you add an extra layer of an instrument on, really just give it some more go. Then there's a track called Tradition. It's my favourite. It's a little bit different. I think I like the middle bit. It sounds like there's singing through a megaphone. It comes back in with a zing. It's a really, really strong track. All Over Again, pleasant enough, but I wouldn't go mad for it. Life Without Parole, very ordinary, but it has got one of the best guitar solos on it. How? Not a big fan of it. Even the accordion doesn't do it for me. Carry One Boy, not too bad. It's got a really good solo on it though. That's what really, when that solo starts, it really brings it to life. Good Riddance, very Americanized rock. I'm not a fan of that one. Rings of Saturn, some lovely acoustic guitar. It's a nice little gentle piece to end the album. Some excellent tracks on here. There's a couple that really didn't do it for me, but on the whole it's a very strong album, so I shall give that an RTO ranking of 6.2. Okay, coming in at number 12, the 11th album from 2003, and it's called Merlin, Bard of the Unseen. Now this is a concept album, and it's a new version of their album Merlin, and they added 9 new tracks. So it's Ton Sherpa-Zeal on keyboards and vocals, Pim Koopman drums and backing vocals and the voiceover, Bert Heering on lead and backing vocals, Bert Veldkamp on bass, Joost van Goosen on guitars, Rob van der Rink on guitars, guest musicians Cindy Udershoorn and the New Philharmonic Orchestra. So you've got some of the tracks off Merlin, which we'll talk about in a bit. So you've got Merlin and Tintagel themselves, and then there's a new track called The Future King. Sort of carries on with the story. It's got the sound, the modern stuff, you know. It's okay. I do like it. It's got some nice little bits. The Sword in the Stone, which is pretty good, which is on the other album. When the Seer Looks Away, this is brilliant. I think it's one of the best vocals Cindy ever did. Branded, it's a nice little rocker, some nice riffs on that. I do like that. At Arthur Court, it's very similar to Rick Wayman and the King Arthur and the Legends album. Very similar sort of sound. I've got no problem with that. The Other World, lovely sound on this. The keyboards are wonderful. The Purest of Nights, a great bass and drum track here. Excellent. Friendship and Love, The King's Enchanter, and Iain, Lady of the Lake on Merlin. The Last Battle, nice riffs, and it keeps going lower and lower and lower. It's really interesting how they do that. Then Avalon, it's wonderful. It's got some great guitar bits. Okay, the new tracks are really good, but re-recorded versions of Merlin, I don't know. Why mend something that isn't broke? That's all I'll say. But the whole album itself, it just fill in some gaps. I'm still going to give it an RTO ranking of 6.3. Okay, coming in at number 11, we got the 9th album released in 2000, and it was the Comeback album. It's their first album since 1982. The lineup is this one that recorded an album called Royal Bed Bouncer in 75. Only guitarist Johan Slager was not involved. He was placed by Rob Winter. So you've got Tom Sherpa-Zeal on keyboards, Pim Koopman on drums, Max Werner lead vocals, Bert Velderkamp bass and Rob Winter on the guitars. First track, Close to the Fire, really good track. Some really nice drumming on this from Pim. I love that track. Where the Hearts Go Cold, gentle track, but some really nice guitar work on that from Rob Winter. Excellent track. Dream Child, great vocals, a really strong track. Frozen Flame, bass line, wow, from Bert Veldkamp, very good track. That bass really is good. Forever, a little bit of funky guitar on it, it's a little bit different, but it works. World Apart, not my favourite track on the album, it just seems to meander. Crusader, some excellent guitar work from Rob. The keyboard work from Ton on it is fantastic. Two Wrongs Don't Make a Right, good little rocker this is, very 70s rock, and I do like it. Anybody's Child, my favourite track on here. It's all about the keyboards, and then the guitar solo from Rob is excellent. Here Today is a lovely ballad with some lovely piano from Ton. Just a Matter of Time, very poppy, very commercial sounding as well. It works though. Full Circle, love the guitars and drums on here, one of the best tracks on the album. Then they do another version, a new version of Ruthless Queen. I mean, it was a good track. Why do they have to go and re-record it? I don't know. On the whole, it is a pretty good comeback album. Some good tracks on here, so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 6.5. Okay, coming in at number 10 from 2014, Cleopatra, The Crown of Isis. This is one of their mega productions. So you've got Cindy Udershorn on vocals, Edward Riekers on vocals, Rob Vanderink guitars, Oost Van Goosen on guitars, Ton on the keyboards, Jan van Offelen bass, Hans Elkenaar on drums and percussion. CD1 is called Rise. The Living Isis is the first track. Love the guitar on this. I think it's got a mystique thing. It's a fantastic vocal from Cindy. On the money there with that one. A Family Divided, some excellent guitar work here. You can tell the two guitars are playing really well on this. And then we get my favourite track on the whole thing called Alexandra. It's wonderful playing. The vocals from Cindy are good. It's mystique. It is very, very good. She Rules My World, a great short track, very short, but it's telling the story of Cleopatra. Really good. Goodbye Pharaoh, some of Ton's best keyboard work on this track. Wonderful playing. Stranger in Rome, a bit of grandeur. The keyboards really give it that grandeur feel. Hail, it's a lot for Hail to the Emperor. Yeah, it works. You can get what's coming from that. She Came, She Saw, She Conquered. Great little rock track, one of my favourite tracks. Ides of March, a great vocal from Cindy, great track. Reminds me of a cross between a Meatloaf track and Jesus Christ Superstar. Really is good, excellent. Matters of the Heart, a brilliant track. Just sounds good, so good. The vocals are good. Curse of Isis, great track to end this one. The bass line is brilliant. Keyboards really make it. Then we go on to CD2, which is the big cut totals called Fall. First track on this one is Thesaurus or Tarusus. Drums are brilliant. It gives it a mystique. So does that keyboard. Whatever it takes. Excellent guitar. Vocals are great between Cindy and Edward. They really sing well together. Excellent track. The Crown of Isis, very operatic rock. This is a stunning vocal from Cindy. Fiail, it's atmospheric vocal at the beginning. It's got that Egyptian feel to it. It really works. Love it. Then we have the Intimatable Livers, great track. It just sounds like the Smoke on the Water at the beginning. It's the same riff, but who cares? The Queen of Kings, Cindy's best singing on the album. Absolutely magnificent performance. Actium, I love this track. I love it in the middle where the pace just changes. That melodic industrial sort of sound on the drums. Killer riffs all through it. Brilliant track. Setting things straight. The keyboard from Ton is fantastic. Some nice guitar work as well. The message, Edward's vocals are so daunting and really captures the mood. Larger Than Life. It's one of them storytelling tracks, and the keyboard work from Ton is lovely. The Arms of Isis, another good track. The vocal from Edward is really good, and you got Ton doing a little bit on there as well. Then you get a little bit of Alexandra. You get another guitar solo in 3 minutes. Excellent. And the Sacred Kiss is the last track. The string arrangement really is haunting. Really, and the mood of it's a really good way to end the album. I think of their double albums, this is the one that's the best. It flows really well. I mean, I do like Egyptology and Cleopatra, so I know a little bit about this, and I think they've really done a great job here. So I should give it an RTO ranking of 6.7. Okay, coming in at number 9 from 2011, Anywhere But Here. So you got Cindy and Edward doing the vocals, Rob Vundrick guitar, we got Joost Van Goosen again, Ton on the keyboards, Jan van Offelen on the bass, and Hans Ijenkar, I can't pronounce his name. Then we've got on flute Marianne van Kulvik, we've got Jeroen van Santen on snare, and Joost Vesling on snare as well. First track is called Credible Life. A stunning vocal from Cindy, good little rocker. The drumming on this from Hans is fantastic. November Morning, Edward's vocals are brilliant. He's such a good singer, and I love Tom's lovely keyboard on that. Behind the scenes, you've got Edward and Cindy mixing it up. Their vocals complement each other so well. Anywhere But Here, another really good vocal from Cindy. The most underrated band in the world. My favourite track on here. It's heavy for them. The riffs are absolutely amazing. It's a good rocker, that is. Hunter and Prey. Second favourite track on here. The riffs again are pretty good, and it shows the range of Cindy's vocals. In Between Tides. Very moving, beautiful vocal from Cindy. The arrangement on this song is perfect. Passing Cloud. It's okay. It's not the best track. Demon in Their Eyes, very good track, some excellent riffs. Life is Good, another of my favourite tracks. The keyboard work from Ton is fabulous on that. Wherever She Goes, the flute sound is so good and refreshing. Really makes it a good track. Messiah's Skies, you've got the wonderful vocal combination of Edward and Cindy again, some lovely acoustic guitar on that. Over You, I love this. The guitar solo is absolutely stunning. Bang, a real different track. It's quite intimate. It's a great little track with a little. It's only 2 minutes long, but they get so much in the 2 minutes. Got the power, the passion, and the sorrow all mixed into a 2 minute track. I would say this is of the new sort of era of Kayak. The after they reformed, this is their best album. It's some of the best singing. It's just an absolutely solid album all the way through. So I shall give that an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 8 is the 8th album from 1981, and it's Merlin. Now the first half of the LP, 1 to 5, is a concept fantasy story about Merlin the magician, and the second half of the LP is a collection of individual songs. So you got Edward Riekers on lead vocals, except 10th song, Johann Slager on electrics, Ton on the keyboards, Peter Sherpazeel on bass, Max Werner on the drums, Irene Linders on backing vocals, and Catherine Lapthorne on backing vocals as well. Merlin, I love this track. The riffs are absolutely killer. I prefer this version to the re-recorded. I don't know why, but it just sounds so much better. Tintagel, again, it's a great vocal from Edward, lovely piano from Ton. You can't go wrong. Sword in the Stone, much better than the re-recorded. This one's got much more emotion. The King's Enchanter, it's just the best track on here. It's a super little rocker. It's got that Dark Ages sort of Ton's keyboard really give it some edge. Ninian, Lady of the Lake, a wonderful track, second favourite track on here. It's got the mystique brilliance, and it just didn't capture that on the re-recording. Then we get Seagull, some lovely harmony singing. Boogie Heart, the organ playing on this is really good. These are just nothing to do with Merlin. It's a quirky little number. Now that we've come this far, probably the weakest track on here. It hasn't got anything. Can't Afford to Lose. Quirky little track, especially the keyboards, and Love's a Glow. A little bit different with some really nice guitar work. Excellent album. The Merlin stuff is brilliant, and I do prefer it to the re-record. As I said, it's got more atmosphere. The other songs are quite nice as well, so I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 7.2. Okay, coming in at number 7, we got the 6th album from 1978, Phantom of the Night. Features Edward Riekers, Johann Slager on guitars, Ton and Peter Sherpazeel on bass and keyboards, Max Werner on the drums, Captain Lapthorne backing vocals along with Irene Linders. First track is called Keep the Change. We got this medieval sound on it. I don't know, it's great. I love how Tom gets that sort of medieval sound on the keyboard. Good opening track. Winning Ways certainly got that late 70s, early 80s feel to it. The guitar work is fantastic on this, and the horns just give it something special. Then we've got Daphne Laurel Tree, some lovely backing vocals here from Catherine and Irene. Wonderful drumming from Max, solid track. Journey Through Time, love the guitar and piano combination here from Johann and Ton, excellent track. My favourite track is Phantom of the Night. It's daunting, it's mystique, the keyboard gives it that edge, the guitar and drumming just give it that aggression. It's really good. Then we get Crime of Passion. It's got that sort of 70s poppy rock sound. Comparisons, I think, here to 10cc. It's an excellent track. The Poet and the One Man Band. It reminds me so much of some of that Supertramp stuff at that time as well. Excellent track. Then we get Ruthless Queen again. I think this is the best version of this track. It's a great vocal. It's a great ballady track. No Man's Land. Great little track with some nice singing on it. And the last track, First Signs of Spring. Really nice track to end the album. The piano work from Ton is fantastic. It's just something about the sound on these 70s album. It's really raw in places. It's a great album. I've really enjoyed listening to that one, so I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 7.3. Okay, coming in at number 6 is the third album, released in 1975, and it's called Royal Bed Bouncer, and this is more from the progressive more to a basic pop rock sound. So you've got Max Werner lead vocals and mellotron, Johann Slager on guitars, Tom Sherpazeel on keyboards, Bert Veldkamp on bass, Pim Koopman on drums, with additional Patricia Paye on wordless vocals, so she goes, ah. So the first track is Royal Bed Bouncer. I love the bass line here from Bert. Really, it's got a groove. The Johann's guitar is good. It's a great vocal from Max. I do like that. Very talented chap. Plays drums and can sing. Life of Gold. Love Ton's keyboard work on this super track. You're So Bizarre. It is a bizarre track. Quirky. I love the vocal. It reminds me of the Joe Jackson sort of sound. Bury the World starts off with some really strong guitar, and then everyone else comes in. It's just solid all the way through. Chance for a Lifetime, a very catchy tune. I love Ton's piano work. Great vocal again from Max. Is This Your Welcome? Another of my favourite tracks. There's some different tempos on the drums on here from Pim. Love how he changes the tempo. It really adds to the track. Great piano playing on this as well from Ton. Moments of Joy, quirky. Ton is brilliant on that. Patricia Angela. It's that and it is that it's the backing vocal really does give it some extra. Say No Word, my favourite track on here. It's one of my favourite tracks, I think. I love the intro to this, the piano and the keyboards. It reminds me of Supertramp, probably why I like it. And the last track is called My Heart Never Changed. Brilliant track to end the album. Just love the arrangement on it. It's a good solid song. I really like this album. It's a little bit different, you know, it's more rock pop, but some of the arrangements on here are brilliant. Ton's piano work on this album is super. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 7.5. Okay, then coming in at number 5, the 7th album from 1980, and it's called Periscope Life. Lead vocals, Edward Riekers, Johann Slager on guitars, Tom on the keyboards, Peter on the bass, Max on the drums and backing vocal, Irene Linders, Catherine Lapon doing the backing vocals. Got some guest musicians. Jim Price plays trombone, Jim Gordon saxophones and clarinets, Lee Thornburg trumpet and flugelhorn. First track on here, Astral Aliens, hooks you in straight with that great guitar work. The bass line is fantastic as well. What's in the Name, very space rock at the beginning. The guitar is great. One of the best tracks on the album. Stop That Song, quirky. The keys on this are brilliant all the way through. There's these little bits that keep coming in and out. Really good track. If You Really Need Me Now, the balance on this of guitars and keyboards and all the other instrumental, it's really good. Periscope Life, pretty solid track. Interesting time signatures on it as well. Beggars Can't Be Chosen. It's so quirky. The singing is great. Lovely harmonising because they can all sing, so it really works. The Sight, it's quirky. It's got a bit of a boogie to it. It's probably why I like it. It's so catchy. Lost Blue Charters, good track. It's got the best guitar solo on the album, and the piano playing is wonderful. And wonderful little track. Irene vocals are brilliant. Backing vocals are brilliant on this. One Way or Another, great bass line, a great song with a catchy tune. Sad to Say Farewell, great track to end the album. The backing vocals from the girls are amazing. It's got another stunning guitar solo on it as well. Pretty solid album, some great ballads on this one. So I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 7.6. Okay, coming in at number 4 from 1977, Starlight Dancer. Got Max Werner on lead vocals, Mellotron, Johann Sager on the guitars, Ton Scherpenzeel on pianos and Mellotron and accordion and anything like that, and he plays double bass. Other people on here, we got Theo de Jong at play some bass, Charles Lewis shooting on some drums. First track is called Daughter or Son. Reminds me of 10cc, quirky, fun, great track. Starlight Dancer, probably one of my favourite tracks by Kayak. Love this song, gentle piano, it's beautiful. Want You to Be Mine, very funky. The bass line is terrific, and it's got a terrific guitar solo on as well. Let Down, the drumming on this is pretty cool. Then we have Irene, which is a instrumental. It's got some lovely mellotron on it, so dreamy and spacey. Gold Dust, not too bad, got a nice little keyboard run on it as well. May, it's a ballady type track, great vocal from Max, top draw stuff. Turn the Time, it's got that mid-70s sound to it, it's pretty groovy. Dead Bird Flies Forever, piano work is wonderful on here, and it's a great vocal from Max. Sweet Revenge, I love the drumming on this, not quite sure which of the drummer it is really makes the track. And where do we go from here? A really gentle track to end the album. Very good album, very strong, really good listen, so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.8. Oh, here's another drink. God, yeah. Okay then, coming in at number 3, we got the debut album, CC the Sun, from 1973. We've got Max Werner on lead vocals and mellotron, Johann Schlager on guitar, Tom Scherpenzeel on keyboards, Cees van Leeuwen on the bass, and Pim Koeman on drums and some backing vocals as well. So the first track is called Reason for It All. Excellent opening track. The harmony vocals are great. The keyboard work is brilliant on this. Really like that track. Then we get Lyrics, which is brilliant. This is much better than the re-recorded version. Great drumming from Matt from Pim. Mouldy Wood. The bass line on here from Cees van Leeuwen is brilliant. Really drives the song along. Lovely Luna. I love the church organ bit on here. The harmony vocals. It just really is soothing. Hopeful Ice. The guitar mix is wonderful. You've got the mixing and the vocals, the harmony, singing. It's just really, really good. Ballad of the Cripple. Nice harmony singing on this. Pretty poopy as well. I do like that. Forever Is a Lonely Thought. I love the mellotron on this. It just makes it really dreamy, wonderful track. Mammoth, the mellotron and bass just dominate this track. It's just such a cool track. And then we have the title track, CC the Sun. Great track to end the album. Excellent values, and I love the piano and drums. And then you get this accordion and solo on it, and it's got all sorts on it. It's a brilliant track. Excellent debut album. Some cracking songs on here from top to bottom. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. Okay then, coming in at number 2, we have the 4th album from 1976, and it's called The Last Encore. Max Werner on lead vocals, Johann Schlager on guitars, Ton Scherpenzeel on keyboards, Bert Veldkamp on bass, and Pim Koopman on the drums. First track, Back to Front. What a great bass line from Bert on this. Pim's drumming is excellent as well. It's them two that sort of command that track. Then we have a track called Nothingless. I love this. It's got a very classical tone to it, and I love the instruments on this. It sounds really good. I don't know what they did, but it's such a good track. Love of a Victim. I love the spicy gentleness, but there's some Hammond organ that really gives it that richness. Land on Water. I love the vocal from Max on that. It's wonderful, one of his best. The Last Encore, very gentle. Pim's drumming is brilliant. It's really good. Do You Care? Love the Hammond organ on this. It's so rich. You get the guitar work on there. It really works. Still My Heart Cries For You. Brilliant bit in the middle from Pim on the drums. The bass line from Bert is very solid as well. Relics from a Distant Age. Great vocal from Max. Ton's piano work is just astounding on that. Then we have this track called Love Me Tonight, Get On Board. It's a very strange track, but I do like it. At the beginning it's got that 1930s feel, and then it sort of evolves into a busking song. Very, very good. Evocation is the next track. Piano work from Tom is brilliant. I love it. It's a great vocal as well. Raid on Your Own House. One of the weaker tracks on here. It's still good in its own little way. And the last track, Well Done. It's a fine vocal on here. Some nice strings and piano. This was definitely a close contender for the #1 spot. But I think Raid Your House certainly was the track that stopped it. But it's still a fantastic album. And I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 8.3. But my favourite album on this journey of listening to Kayak is their second album from '74, and it's just called Kayak. Max, Johan, Ton's on here, Cease Van Leeuwen on the bass, and Pim Koopman on the drums. First track is Alibi. Oh, what a track. The guitar work from Johan is fantastic on this. Pim's drumming is just outstanding. Winter Tom, I love this track. I love the guitar effects on Johan's guitar work. It's very, very good. Mountain Too Rough, quite a light track, but the middle bit, you've got this wonderful mellotron sort of sequence that really adds to it. They Get to Know Me, my favourite track on here. It starts off with some really good guitar work. The middle piece is wonderful. The guitar's tones are nice. The keyboards come in, and they sort of play off each other all the way through to the end. It's 9 minutes long and it's excellent. Serenade, solid track. Love the tones of Johan's guitars on here. They're so delicate in places. Woe and Alas, mellotron dominates this. Wonderful track. Then we have Mirelli, which is an instrumental. Second favourite track on here. You've got a moody organ. You've got a mellotron that lifts as well. It's a very, very good track. Trust in the Machine, another fabulous track. Pim's drumming is brilliant. The mellotron pieces on this are just outstanding. His Master's Noise, a gentle track to end the album. It's a great vocal from Max. This is a very good album from top to bottom. Not one bad track on it. Love the album. I've really been loving listening to this. So I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 8.5. Okay then. That was a long one, but it was a really enjoyable one. And I can't remember who asked for it, but I've really enjoyed them. And I'm sort of starting to really get into this band. Okay, that's all for today because it's a long one. We'll be back tomorrow and we've got a sophomore drive tomorrow. And we've got Bread against Steely Dan. And what have we else got tomorrow? It's Pick a Mix. So we're going to look at the US charts on 1980 for the 24th of July. So have a great day. The sun is out properly now. Looks like it's going to be a really nice day. So have a great day. Bye for now.